I'd be like,
no, bitch.
I'd probably say something along the lines of like, oh, you did something a little different today.
No. Oh my God.
Maybe
You're like the annoying uncle who you show up to Thanksgiving like, oh, someone grew up.
No, but I mean like,
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
So today, right, there's a lot of younger people, even a little older people that kind of grew up with an alternative kind of style. So things like nose rings, tattoos, various piercings, hair color, all plays a big part in some people's, personality and their appearance. So how do we feel about those kinds of things in the restaurant industry? Starting from your front of house to back of house.
As far as front of the house, I don't really care what you look like as long as you don't look overall disheveled,
right?
Or dirty, or like dirt under the fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Like, I don't really care what color your hair is, because you know what, you could be very clean cut and be the worst server ever. So,
okay, but like now,
right?
but now, like, let's say like I roll into a place like Petunia and I have like bright pink hair.
So this is something that I actually just recently talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at a golf course. It was a private club, and they borderline threw a conniption fit whenever I got the tattoo of my parents on the back of my arm. I could only wear.
What year was this?
This was 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally like not long ago at all. And so they actually ended up changing like our uniforms. And so I had to wear like the longer sleeve shirt. I could not have any tattoos showing. Mind you, like I have a tattoo on my neck. Like there's certain things that like I can't hide, but I obviously was a really good employee.
Right.
Like so much so that like I was a floor manager at one point, but I couldn't get that tattoos. The second I left there, I got my hand done. I got my arm done, My logic to all of that is I'm sorry, but if I can like go and give birth at a hospital and that doctor has tattoos on his arms, then why can't I deliver a pizza to your table with a tattoo on my arm?
Right.
Like this man just saved your life in a surgery, or this cop just saved your life, or whatever it is. And you don't care whether they have tattoos or not, but you're disgruntled by the fact that I have a tattoo while serving you dinner. Like that concept blows my mind.
Do you think like it's just like an older person like perspective on the subject that's why like it's still like a little controversial in some restaurants, or why some managers are more inclined to be like, looking for that aesthetic?
I think that's what was crazy to me is like everybody who was in management over there for the most part was like younger. Like my direct boss was a couple years younger than me.
Yeah, but who were the clientele? Who were the golfers are older, right? So that's who they're answering to.
Yeah, like ancient. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's like the silliest thing. And some people were like, we really don't care, obviously. Like they have tattoos. They don't care. But it's still crazy because like there were times at Vintage to where like people straight up, like there was a guy, his name was Jeffrey, and I think we've talked about it before. He straight up grabbed my arm and called my tattoo shit.
Jerry?
It was Jerry.
It was Jerry because
Really?
you don't like Jerry. Yes.
Jerry.
Yeah, you, Jerry.
Yeah, he grabbed my arm and was like, what is this shit on your arm? And like, it was insane.
You're just a guess?
And then he came back the next day and requested me. So clearly it was memorable, but like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like you said, you could be really clean cut and you could be a terrible server. Right. I don't think it matters. Like, I know that there's restaurants to where they're like, if you have your septum pierced, please flip it up. Like, we don't want your nose pierced. It's like, to me, what does it matter?
Right. But it's ultimately, I find it's not your employer who has the issue. It's the clientele that has the issue. If that's the worst thing happened in your life, that your server has a nose ring, then you got it good.
I know, for example, we have one girl who does have a nose ring. She has her septum pierced. And so like originally like talking with her, I was like, at Shimon, if you want, like I don't really mind. You're more than welcome to wear it out. I feel like it kind of adds to the aesthetic. And overall, you can pull it off.
Yeah.
To where like it actually like looks like it belongs. But I was like, maybe at the YB, the clientele might not be interested in that, or they might treat you differently. Because of that.
Might not get tipped as well.
So that's really up to you and how you feel like that you're going to be perceived by the people that are going to eat here.
Yeah.
I mean, that is part of your face now. Like you did that, but you know, that's up to you and like your comfort level for what you feel like. But I was like, at Shimon, you're more than welcome to wear it.
I'd understand if it was like a health department, like, because I know like with the health department, you can't have like a certain amount of jewelry on, or like your necklace can't be too big and gaudy, or like you can't have too big of hooped earrings.
Why can't you have big and gaudy? According to the health department, why can't you have big gaudy?
Or not
Yeah,
surf safe?
surf
You have,
safe, like you can't have
bracelets,
certain
rings.
bracelets,
You got
rings,
the bracelets,
watches,
but why not the necklace?
necklaces, and earrings. Like one girl like lost like a big earring because it was like it weighed so much that like it fell out during dinner service, and like someone literally found like a big A earring
Stop.
Wait,
In their
where?
in their
At
salad.
Petunia?
Stop.
No,
Oh.
no. The guy who taught us Surf Safe told us this story.
Okay.
Didn't happen at my
Oh
restaurant.
my God.
But I did have one server come in one time, and it was like obviously after we opened Petunia, and I was just looking at her jewelry, and it just looked like costume tacky. And it was so hard because like she looked so well put together. She smelled good. Like everything else was great. But just like the jewelry and stuff that she was wearing, I was like, that's just like, you look like you're going out.
Right.
That doesn't look like you're coming to work.
Right.
And I even didn't like, I was like, I don't know. I keep it simple. Like I have my little gold hoops. I have my gold necklace. Sometimes I'll wear my watch depending on if I'm serving or just like working the room or whatever. But
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like as long as you look presentable, it doesn't matter if you I've had every color hair. Like
Right.
I've had red, pink, blue, purple, you name it. Like I've dyed my hair 1,012 colors. I have tattoos. I don't have any crazy piercings, but like it just depends on how well you work, how you show up.
Right.
It shouldn't matter.
I feel like it depends too on like the person. Like you said, like I think that if you can actually like come in, pull a look off, you know what I mean? And then like you're actually like working that look, and then you come in and you've got like your, you know, different hair or whatever, but it's like you look like you just fucking worked the shit out of that look, and you're like doing it and you look professional in that manner. And I think that it's cool.
Yeah.
But I think if you can't pull it off, then it's like,
I'm just saying, like,
maybe-
brush your hair, right? Okay, it's fine. So I worked with a girl.
Yeah.
So part of it was a union job, and it was very clear like how you had to look. Like you had to have your nails done, your makeup done, all that stuff.
Right.
And her hair always looked like it wasn't brushed. And she was like, fight the managers on it. I'm like, how hard is it to brush your hair? Like, how hard is it?
Don't you not brush your hair for days at a time?
But at work, I brush when I get to work. I mean, I mean to brush it 4 days when I'm off.
Fair.
Okay, but when I go to work, I brush
It's
it.
brushed.
Okay.
Well, what do you think about like excessive makeup?
Oh.
Because I have worked with some people, and then like one day like they look okay, chill, and then like the next day like they come in and they're like literally like clown,
Yeah.
like painted with like big
I don't
dramatic.
like it. I don't like it. It's like,
Right.
I don't know. You're at work. Like, yes, look presentable, look nice, but like, I would rather you just like put on some mascara and like call it a day. Like, nobody's judging you by your eyeliner tonight, right?
But I mean, like, do you think that you're like maybe like as a woman more biased towards it, or do you think, you know what I mean?
I don't know,
do you
because
think
like,
there's,
don't get me wrong. I want anybody to feel beautiful, because like I want to feel good and pretty when I'm working or whatever. Like, I just want to feel good about myself. And sometimes, makeup does that for me. Like, I want to feel good. But I think that it's difficult when you get into the realm of like, there's gaudy, right?
Yes.
Like I said, like whether it's jewelry or whether it's makeup, like there's some like heavy eyeshadow or lip liner, or like your blush is like really vibrant or whatever. And to the point where it's like, you're not, again, going out, you're coming to work.
Right.
And like, I think that it just comes down to setting the precedence of like what you want. Like, I show up a certain way, and not saying like everybody mirrors the way I look at work. It's more so just like, you know, I own this place and I'm on the floor and I'm serving like this. This is what I want the standard to be.
Right.
And I don't have anybody who shows up that's like overdone, you know?
Like, how do you think you would approach like the situation? If like that,
God.
like what would you say? Be like, would you just like pull him in the back?
I'd have to like call my therapist to figure that one out. Like, I don't know, because again, I want everybody to feel beautiful. And if you feel beautiful that way.
A safe thing to say is, you know what? So the focus is not on the servers, right? We're just here, but it should be understated. If you say understated, that's not saying it looks like shit, although you know it looks like shit. It's just saying more subdued and understated.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We don't
do you
want
think
flashy.
the same thing as telling somebody like maybe you should turn your septum ring up? Because I mean,
absolutely.
so now it's like,
Yeah,
you're,
yeah,
you know,
Absolutely.
like
I
the
said,
septum piercing
I
down.
genuinely would like crawl in a hole and like cry and call my therapist if I ever had to like cross that bridge. And it's funny because it's those little things, right? Like someone could like steal money from me and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Right.
But like you wear a little bit too much makeup and it's like that little thing that bothers me. I'm like, I don't know how to approach this because like, I don't know, especially being in an industry where they were like, you can't get tattoos or you can't wear this or you can't wear that. And it's like, I know I'm good at my job, so screw you. It's like, if that person's one of my best people and they're wearing all that makeup, guess what? If you're one of my best people, I'm probably not going to say shit.
Exactly.
I'm probably not going to say shit. I'm gonna be like, you know what?
Wait.
People love you.
I think
You do you.
I think I would say something.
Yeah?
think
What would
I'd
you
be
say?
like-
How would you do it?
I'd be like,
No, bitch.
I'd be like.
I I'd probably say something along the lines of like, oh, you did something a little different today.
No. Oh my God.
Maybe
You're like the annoying uncle who
You did
you show up to
something a little
Thanksgiving like,
different.
oh, someone
maybe,
grew up.
No, but I mean like maybe, you know, maybe next time it looks nice.
This is an awful approach. Don't
This looks
ever
nice,
do that.
but maybe not for a restaurant.
That's not. I just
No.
I would
Flopped.
Say it
Flopped.
like that. No.
I
Fail.
come and I say it's a little too flashy. Tone it
I
down.
don't- well, I
You
think,
could literally tell me to like off and I would.
Okay, but that's coming from like another
Yeah.
woman now. Me is like, you know, like now how am I gonna come, you know, to like you and be like, Noelle, you know, like way too much makeup tonight.
I know.
Like,
I
what did
remember
it say?
Peter came up
You
one
know?
time and
How
was
did
just
it-
like, God, she's like, one of our servers was wearing a crop top. And like, I saw it and I'm very specific. Like, you can't wear crop tops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
common fucking sense, excuse me.
Mhm.
But she wore a crop top on like her first day of training, like coming in. And I was like, so no, like, I'm sorry when it comes to like the uniform, like I'm very
Right.
strict. Like I don't even like leggings. I like dress pants. I like, you know, blouses. I want you to look like you're dressed up for like, I don't know, like a cocktail party. Right. And she was like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, won't do it again. I'm like, all right. 2 days later, I come in and she's in a crop top sweater. It's June. What are you doing in a sweater?
That's how she goes to a cocktail party.
And why are you wearing a crop top again? And so I was like, hey, literally at this point, Peter came up to me and he was like, you got to say something to her. She's in a crop top right now. Like, that's making me uncomfortable. Like, can you just like,
Right.
because he's like, I don't want to say anything because I feel like then it's going to be like, I'm weirdly looking
Right,
or
right.
whatever. And so then like I had to go up to her again. Actually, you know what I did? I was even pettier. I went up to Lena and I was like, Lena, I've already told her once about this crop top. Will you make a comment about it and just like gauge the situation? Like maybe, I don't know, just gauge it. And so Lena was like, hey, by the way, like if they catch you wearing a crop top, like they're going to be upset. Like just don't wear that. And she was just like, yeah, Noelle told me, but like, I'm going to have to go and like buy some shirts because like, I don't have like any black shirts. So I just figured like this one's longer. Like it reaches my leggings, but I'm like, you go like this to get a glass.
Right.
That thing's coming up.
Yeah.
So no. But it was hard because like even woman to woman, I'm like, hey, listen, just no crop tops. Like I think day one, I was like, you lean over a table, your whole belly showing,
Yeah.
your back is showing. Like it's just not appropriate for work.
Well, I have a question. You think that's awkward? How awkward is it if you have an employee who has BO consistently? Consistently.
Oh no. Is
I
it Nick?
I have. Is it Nick?
How do you go about it?
I have worked with some people that did not smell very good. And I told them, you know, very directly, I was like, dude, you got to put the deodorant on, go home, like take a shower or something. Cause you stink.
Because some cultures don't, it's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. And so that's an issue that I have had at the place where I work. And like this one, so the server doesn't brush her hair. She also doesn't wear deodorant. So,
Oh my
and
God.
she is very natural, which is fine, but it just smells.
very natural.
So we kept a bottle.
Natural
So we kept
girl.
the bottle of
Natural.
perfume in the service bar. And then the manager's like, spray her when she walks away. So we would
Yeah.
like
No,
spray
I
it
feel
in
like
the
it's
air.
better to, like in that kind of situation, it's better to just be like brutally honest. Be like, listen.
No, like if someone smells, I am genuinely honest. Like I've literally,
Even if it's a cultural thing.
yeah,
Because that's what
just
gets sensitive. That's my issue.
just be like,
I guess
listen,
I've
this
never
is
run
not-
into it when it's a cultural thing.
Well, define cultural thing. I don't think it's
So there's
anybody's
some-
culture to like.
Some cultures they're not about wearing deodorant. They're not.
Okay, but like, yeah.
And smelling and BO isn't like a big deal. It's
Well,
just not.
I think it's also because in those instances, it's like even if you told them like, okay, go home or go in the bathroom, wash up, whatever, like 10 minutes later, if they're sweating, they're gonna smell like BO again. You know what I mean? Like,
well, no, they don't. You wear deodorant.
I've sent somebody to the pharmacy to grab deodorant for like another employee. I'm like, go to the store, buy deodorant, bring it back now.
I actually bought a pack of deodorant, and I have deodorant at Petunia at all times
just
for
in case?
anybody. For
That's
anybody,
smart.
if you're ever stinky, we have deodorant. We have perfume. It's like a strip club bathroom up in there.
That's what I was just asking you. So you keep it in the bathroom so if a guest wants to use it too?
It's in the server drawer.
Right.
So like if they show up, because like, you know, a lot of our employees have day jobs, you know, so they're running from job to job, and I'm, you know, running around constantly too. And sometimes I don't get to stop home, even though I'm around the corner.
Yeah.
But it's just nice. Like I had like a pack of deodorant, like some little spritzies.
Right.
What kind of deodorant?
Men's
geez.
Degree.
Oh, Degree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fresh.
I'm a Men's Degree girly.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's done.
So
Long. Okay.
take care of your shit.
Get tatted, get the nose piercing,
Don't
just
come into
show up
work-
looking
Yeah,
good.
no, don't come into work sloppy.
Yeah.
Be clean.
And
presentable.
put deodorant on. Hi, welcome to Restaurant Punk.
Welcome back. This is our soft-spoken episode.
Welcome to our ASMR episode.
I really hate that. I really...
What?
I hate ASMR.
Really?
What you got? What do you want?